Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are not seeing things. This is not an out-of-season April Fool's joke. This right here is legit BS, okay? I had found out about this earlier today while I was streaming on my main channel, and this absolutely broke me. Like, what the actual hell is WWE thinking here? So, we have for ourselves a tweet from WWE that says, and I quote, WWE has come to terms on the releases of Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Murphy, Ruby Riot, and Santana Garrett. WWE wishes them all the best in all of their future endeavors, yada yada yada. I am in absolute shock and disbelief. What the fuck, WWE? Like, first of all, Braun Strowman was one of the biggest assets in WWE in many ways. He was one of the most notable big men in the sport, and he was an absolute joy when it came to his performances. For such a big man like him, he was very, very agile, okay? And when it comes to Aleister Black, like, I don't know which shocks me more. The fact that they released a big name like Braun Strowman, or the fact that they had spent weeks rebuilding and repackaging Aleister Black just to release him. I mean, the last time we saw him was when him and Big E had an interaction with each other in a previous episode. Like, I can't even like, my mind is fucked right now because I'm still trying to process what the hell this bullshit is. But the point is that it looked like Aleister Black and Big E were going to have a program with one another, and all of a sudden they release Aleister Black just out of fucking nowhere. This is insane. And as for the likes of Lana, you know, she was in a tag team with Naomi, and, you know, it looked like that they had a little bit of a thing going on and stuff like that. Nope, that's gone to waste too. As for Murphy, we have not seen him in a number of months. Such a great talent fucking wasted, man. As for Ruby Riot, okay, this right here actually really pisses me off, because Ruby Riot and Liv Morgan, you know, they were just getting back together when it came to their momentum as the Riot Squad, and WWE decides to break them up yet again with Ruby Riot being released. Now, as for Santana Garrett, you know, this is, I would say, a lesser-known name to some people that might not know who she is, but if you are a follower of, like, the indie scene and stuff like that from a few years back, then you would probably be more familiar with the name Santana Garrett. And the thing is that she was also quite the gifted talent, you know what I'm saying? And it just honestly boggles my mind, because didn't we just a few weeks back have a massive release when it came to WWE talent, and now we got part 2 of this bullshit here? Like, what is WWE thinking? Or are they even thinking at all? Is the bigger question, you know? So let's actually take a look at some of the replies right here. We have WrestleOps saying, absolutely bloody insane and sad. Braun's a shocker. Aleister was finally getting somewhere with this new interesting character direction and feud with Big E, and Ruby did not deserve this at all. And I 100% agree with that. Javier Draven says this: you guys really broke up Ruby and Liv and decided to bring back Eva Marie. And that right there is a really, really big yikes. But I'm not going to open up that can of worms, alright? All I'm going to say right now is I am no fan of Eva Marie. Now, Derek here actually brings up an interesting point. It may seem a bit harsh, but it has some legitimacy behind it. It's funny, all of you WWE fans bitching every time they do releases, but you still tune in week after week. You want to show WWE and Vince that you aren't happy, then stop watching the product and they will get the point. And that's exactly it, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to hit a big entity like WWE where it hurts, then hit them in the ratings, hit them in the wallet, okay? And when they notice something that is severely wrong when it comes to their ratings and their paychecks, well, WWE might be able to get the message by that point. Bill actually has a pretty funny addition here. WWE has come to terms with the release of their fans and ratings. WWE wishes them best jumping ship to AEW. And on that point, when it comes to AEW, WWE is mass releasing so much talent, and AEW is just scooping it up. And in all honesty, it's going to be really freaking interesting to see how this develops over the next several weeks. You know what I'm saying? Just Kidding has a tweet that I also agree with. Come to terms? How eloquent of you. Majority of the talent you've let slip away busted their asses for your damn company, and this is the thanks they get? Braun is tossed? Seriously? Then you waste Aleister's creativity on a bunch of promos and a 30-second return just to be released. Fucking men to that. And there's also a second part to this tweet. The reason people speak so ill of WWE and prefer AEW, Ring of Honor, etc. is because of your poor use of the amazing talent that falls in your lap, poor story buildup, and your disregard of the fans. They tell you what they want and who they want to see, but you choose not to listen. Shame. And yeah, it's honestly hard to argue with that, you know what I mean? Joshua also chimes in with this. But Aleister just returned with a compelling new gimmick and literally kickstarted a feud with Big E. Does WWE enjoy just making shit up as they go along and ending plans prematurely instead of seeing how things play out? And I absolutely agree with that. And look at this. Then, now, you're fired. Yeah, this right here is rather fitting in this situation, man. Holy fuck. Like, do not get me wrong. I understand that releases and job cuts happen. I 100% understand that, okay? That is just a harsh formality when it comes to life. But this right here does not really make sense at all, you know? Make it make sense, especially when it comes to the cases of Braun Strowman and Aleister Black. Braun Strowman was a fucking star for a big man, you know what I'm saying? And Aleister Black was being repackaged, and it seemed like he was going into a feud with Big E, and then they just threw that away without thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still boggled here about this. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these are just my own thoughts and opinions about this. What do you guys think about this news? Do you guys agree with the releases? Do you guys disagree with the releases? Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts and opinions are. I always love to hear you guys out. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a damn good one. And I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you guys very much for your time in viewing this video.